Nice. No, not nice. Wow, man. Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're going to be looking at a DQ8 strategy guide, a complete official guide by Piggyback Interactive. So there's a couple guides out there. There was one by Brady Games. I'm sure you heard of those, company that makes strategy guides. Just by taking a quick glance at both of them, I think that the guide by Piggyback Interactive has a bit more detail. It looks like they have some cool tips and actual boss strategies, unlike the Brady guides, which looks like just a compilation of maps thrown together. So we're gonna just look at this guide because I think this is just a bit more detailed, and we're just gonna throw a little bit of speedrun analysis and just take a look at the guide. I've only taken a quick peek, but yeah, let's just dive right into it. So we have the first page, and I got a big cursor here so you guys could follow what I'm looking at. All right, and we might just quickly browse through some sections. All right, how to start the game. Got your basic commands here. Okay, let's take a look at the controls. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So the triangle button. Hold down triangle while using the directional button, or press triangle during dialogue to advance the text more quickly. So the way we mash in DQ8 to get through text quickly is that we hold down triangle while holding up. Because triangle is the fastest way to mash through text. It's kind of when you picture the PS2 controller, you're holding up and I'm mashing triangle, but I'm also, let's see, L1. Okay, so it looks like that's camera control. L1 actually advances text, and you can use it as the confirm button. So the way I'm mashing in DQ8 is that I'm holding up, mashing triangle, and mashing L1 at the same time. The L1 is to also give me an easy way to confirm, because there's a lot of dialogue in DQ8 where you want to say yes to advance. If you try to like mash triangle and X together, it's awkward because X is the main confirm button, right? But if you're trying to mash triangle and X, it's kind of awkward. So that's why I'm mashing triangle and L1. All right, so we got the controls here. I doubt they talk about diagonal running. Oh, can I move up and down? Oh, okay, that works. Oh, I can scroll up and down, my bad. Let's move on to the next page. So in a speedrun, you got your church here, right? But in the speedrun, DQ8 in particular, if you have to use a church to resurrect anybody, then something went bad. You'd never really want to use a church in DQ8. I mean, the older DQ or Dragon Warrior speedruns, that's understandable, but if you spawn at a church or you have to res at a church, then something went wrong. If you're running DQ8 in the marathon, then you might consider safety saving at some spots, like before Calamari or Imperia, because the walk back to Imperia, if you die at Imperia, you have to walk all the way back. And then Calamari is if you die, it's to save on the gold so you can save. All right. Okay, you got the inn, the bank, you got some maps, day, night. I'm trying to think how the day and night cycle affects the speedrun. Well, when you run at night, like enemies are a bit more dangerous. I'm not sure if, I feel like the night time, I think the encounter rate does increase at night, but I'm not 100% sure. But we typically avoid walking at night, but in the mid game, when we do walk it, sometimes during the night, we have Holy Protection up, so we're avoiding encounters. But in general, we avoid walking during the night without, if we don't have any Holy Protection. And then we have we have our UI, which is, so level 5, I help develop me, I don't know what's the right word, but the UI in the level 5 games are, they have this cool aesthetic look to them, and they have like their inventory. If you play Dark Cloud, you're gonna be like, oh, these menus kind of look familiar. Rogue Galaxy or Ni no Kuni have the pretty details to the items, and then they have like individual slots for each item. And it's kind of a pain in terms of the speedrun because the menu is a bit slow, and then you have to drag items one by one, and it's painfully slow. Pretty. If you casually, aesthetically, it's amazing, but it's painfully slow in a speedrun. Now let's continue. You got some camera stuff, but I'm not seeing anything that important. Flee. You can attempt to flee, but whether you succeed is a matter of luck. If you fail to escape, the monsters will be able to freely attack you. So this option is not without risk. And obviously you won't get any XP or gold. So fleeing, to like add some more detail to it, is that if your level is higher than the enemy levels, that's 100% flee rate. If you're under leveled, it's kind of a coin toss. I just call it 50%, but when you get closer to the levels that the enemies are, your chances do increase. Okay, so this, I get this question a lot, and sometimes I can't even, I don't remember the answers. So actually, here's the correlation of damage. So 5 tension is equal to 170 strength, or okay, that's mitigation. Okay, so this is the power here, the offense. So 5 tension, 170%, 20 tension, 300%. 50 tension, 500, 100 tension, 750%. So it's not worth going for 5 tension in the speedrun. We typically go for 20, 50, 100. The exception to that would be battles that would end in 2 turns, so kind of like some mob enemies. But yeah, here's the table that shows the tension numbers. That's cool. And then like, if I'm understanding this correctly, 100 tension when you defend, that means you're going to mitigate 93%, so you're only going to take 7% damage. That's kind of cool. Very useful in the 3DS version, because when you defend, you don't lose tension. In the PS2 version, you do lose tension, so it's not worth defending at all with tension. Leveling up. Unfortunately, on the PS2 version, it's kind of difficult casually to, so what am I going to get investing these points of this skill? And ideally, when you play this casually, you don't want to divide the points all over the place. You want to focus on 1 or 2. And then the 3DS version had a nice quality of life feature where you're able to see what skills or what traits you're going to learn. So that was a nice quality of life feature. And in terms of the speedrun, it's nice because you can see what you're investing the points to. Let's move on. Don't be ashamed of running away. Amen to that. And be brave. So the thing about critical hits in Dragon Quest is that the critical hits ignore defense, which is important. This is how we kill metal slimes in the speedrun. And it's a legitimate strategy guide when you're fighting Imperia, because her defense is so high that we just cheese her with critical hits. Alright, looks like second chapter we're going into some characters. Okay, looks like these are... So if you were playing this casually on PS2, it'd be nice to have this guide because you could see what the points and the skills are. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly why we do spears in speedrun. Ideal for hunters of metal monsters because you get lightning thrust at 59 points. And then we go into courage because we get zoom and omni heal. We want to work toward that omni heal. Another good point here with the axes, good against metal slimes, and then his axe is just really good in general. And Jessica. Looking at the whips, Twin Dragon Lash may only target 1 or 2 enemies, but its strength bonus makes it particularly valuable. Yeah, Twin Dragon Lash is broken on PS2. Super good ability that we use in a speedrun. Then for Angelo, we focus on stabs. He's a support character. He's not really that great of a damage dealer, but he has things like multi-heal, oomph. When you once you hit 65 points on stabs, he'll learn oomph, which doubles our attack power. And then we got some item information. I think we can just go through this. Looks like we have a monster guide. Got all the different monsters going on. We're just gonna go ahead and skip through this. See if we can get to the actual strategy guide. Beginning of the game. But this is pretty cool. Very, very cool. Here we go. Here's the walkthrough. Okay, let's look at some of these tips. Most towns and villages have merchants dealing in weapons and armors, blah blah blah. In February, you should definitely treat yourself to a boomerang, which is exactly what we do in the speedrun. If you want to get our main goal is to get 420 gold coins. We're gonna buy some herbs. Eventually, we'll have 420, then boom, we got the boomerang. It's very good early game, just good massive AOE damage. So Hero's gonna be stuck with the boomerang for like the first couple hours of the speedrun. You got a cool looking map. They gotta lay it out for you. Whoa, this looks like something. This looks like an N64 game. All right. All right. Yeah, looks standard. Let's take a look at the first boss. Let's see what they talk about here. The hero should. So here are the stats. Not Calamari. Geyser has 173 HP. He drops a seed of strength. So the hero should psych up until he reaches a state of high tension, value of 50, and launch an attack. And then this process should be repeated. Yangus can go ahead and attack, but he should focus on healing. You want to heal your characters if their HP below 20. This pretty much is the guide, the speedrun guide. I know this guide reflects, casual playthrough, but this is exactly what we do in the speedrun. We psych up hero to 50, and then Yangus is our healer. He can get some attacks in, but a couple 50 tension boomerang attacks and a couple Yangus hits, that's good enough. Yeah, got the thief key recipe. That's cool. All right, Alexandria. Just gonna skip through some of this. All right, we're gonna jump into Calamari here. Now, you gotta keep in mind that in the speedrun, we're fighting Calamari at a super low level. Heroes around 7, Yangus is around 8, even 3DS, they're both 6. All right, let's take a read. Look a read here. Might have glossed over some tips too. But fortunately, this boss attacks always follow the same pattern. Boom. This is extremely valuable advice. So Calamari, if you're new to the speedrun and you don't really have an idea of how Calamari works, you're going to be in trouble. Understanding his rotation gives you a very, very good chance of making the run go past that fight if you know what he's going to do next or where to heal. So the actual, you might think that Calamari is a run ender, but if you want to continue to run, you have good success. The only way that Calamari or that fight can screw you is if you get terrible agility rolls, like Yangus going first at a bad time, or when you're trying to heal, or it's more of the RNG from the agility rolls that can end the run. So initially, Spewing Flame Breath, and then his physical attacks, single attacks can do over 20 damage, which is right. And then you want to heal if the HP falls below 25. So in a speed run, he can potentially do more than 25. He can do 26. I don't think he can do 27. But yeah, you do want to keep your HP high enough to survive a single attack. So he has a regular attack and he has a swipe. The regular attack does around 25, 20, 24, 25, 23. Then he has a swipe that can do 17 to 21. So you want to add the high ranges to be safe. So let's say the swipe high, do a 21 high. And then an attack, the highest is 26. So 21 plus 26, you know, you want to keep your HP around 47 to survive both hits. It's kind of the idea. So this fight is the flip-flop. You want Yangus to focus on tension while Hero heals. So I think that's what they're saying here. The hero should take care of healing, because Hero has the heal spell now. Yangus should increase his tension by psyching up. Once he reaches 50 tension, have him attack. Yep, that is... let's see. So you want to defend before... So it's saying you want to defend before Flame Breath, which makes perfect sense to me. So after 2 tension attacks from Yangus and a few blows from the hero, this boss should have about 60 HP left. Oh yeah, so it takes 3 high tension attacks to kill Calamari. Maybe need an extra boomerang attack, but yeah, this is a good strategy here. This is what we use. All right, I'm just gonna go back to see if I missed any tips here. Okay, you can get some. She has a chance of giving you some medicine. That's cool. It's cool they included that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go past Calamari. Okay, the next town or port that you visit is Peregrine Quay. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. I just call it Penguin Quay because it's easier for me. So talking to this NPC here will give you the Iron Nail, and then we can make the Thieves' Key. But that's like I think that's the 3rd thing we make. We do the Thief Keys we need to get the Magic Key, and then so yeah, this treasure here. Jessica is the newest member of the team. She is lacking in attributes. So give her all the seeds you collected in Peregrine Quay. Talking about the one, the boat, because you get some seeds. Yeah, we throw in some life seeds at her because her HP sucks. And then we do throw a gold bracer at her. And this is the first thing that we make. A leather whip and a scale shield. The old route, the snakeskin whip, is a good whip for damage. But in the current route, we sell it right away because it gives us around over 1,000 gold, which is a lot of holy water. So we use all that holy water to farm the first 15 metal slimes. 2 medical herbs make strong medicine. Oh boy. And then obviously we avoid all the mini metals. This encounter here is you don't want to see that. This is the worst encounter ever. Anytime you see bells and then this guy, it's just you run away from them immediately. Yep, we grab the magic water. Head to Simpleton. We skip. Oh no, we go to Simpleton. We go to Simpleton to talk to Angelo right away. That's correct. Okay, so this is after we talk to Angelo and he wants us to fight Tortured Soul, or check out Tortured Soul, or the Ruined Abbey, or whatever, you know, Tortured Soul's end boss. And here's the Metal Slime. Defeat a Metal Slime, 1350 experience. Wonder if they talk about holy water. I guess if you want to try to get some crit ability, is what the guide is saying, is you can use Hatchet Man, which is a crit ability, but it's a very low chance of hitting. But it is a method. Oh, it does talk about holy water. An alternative strategy guide involves storing holy water at the Metal Slime. Guaranteed to hit 1 HP. And a lot of people don't know that, so it's cool that they added this tip on the bottom. In the speedrun, people ask me, what is the holy water for? It's like to kill the metal slimes, because if the metal slime sticks around and you get to throw 4 holy waters, that'll kill the metal slime because it only has 4 HP. So that's cool. I don't remember if I said that the snakeskin whip is the first thing we make, but this is actually the first thing we make, the boomerang and the iron nail. So the iron nail that we grab from the NPC, we mix with the boomerang so we get the reinforced boomerang, which is super good because we need the boomerang to farm Jessica to level 10 before the boss. So we actually make this before we fight Tortured Soul. And okay, here's Tortured Soul. He has 425 HP. Have Yangus psych up his tension to 50 and attack the boss. Hero should also build tension. When the boss summons 2 monsters to A, deal with them first. Which is, yeah, we do that in the speedrun. You immediately take care of the ads right away. And the walking corpse can reduce tension, which is really annoying when he summons ads. And, you know, Hero has 50 tension, he's about to throw a boomerang and kill everybody, but the zombie decides to attack the hero and then he loses tension. That's just super annoying. Always be aware of the amount of damage you are inflicting on the boss, which is always a good speedrun strategy tip. Yeah, I know this is a casual guide, but yeah, have a calculator with you. I try to use a calculator if I remember, but I try to use a calculator mainly toward the end game because that's when HP is like a little bit high and I actually have to keep track of it. But yeah, that's a good tip. Use a calculator. You know how much HP he has, use a calculator, and you can plan your moves. Alright guys, this is going to be it for part 1. Tune in next time for part 2. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, and if you have some ideas of Dragon Quest or, you know, any random video, just let me know. But it's been fun kind of just looking through the strategy guide by Piggyback Interactive, and we'll be back with part 2 soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.